us and taking out your time to join us on our sessions in order for you to learn as much as you can. We're very excited to have you again today. And for those that were on the session the last time, our session today is still talking about what we discussed at our last session. And it's a continuation because we all know that it's officially the female month this month of March. And so we definitely would still continue on that topic that we had on the masterclass that we held. And that was a topic on financial management and opportunities for women-owned business. And today, again, we are still going to continue that conversation. The last session was taken by our very own board member, Ms. Kofo Durosimieti, and it was moderated by our very own executive secretary, and that's in person of Mrs. Felicia Yoala. And then we had my very self as well, and our director of programs on that session, all female. And the drive was to engage you all and help you in understanding for the financial management and the opportunities available for you as a female-owned business. And so continuing that topic today, we have our facilitator from the Empowerment for Local People. And the same topic is going to be talked about today, and that is still financial management opportunities for women-owned business, and it will be facilitated by no other person than our very own Mr. Nofiu. Mr. Nofiu is going to take today's session. He was on the session not quite long, but I think it dropped off. Mr. Adebisi Nofiu would be taking our session today, and so he just dropped off. I would say that because we do not have much people yet, we can please, while waiting for him to join back, please engage ourselves. Let me introduce myself, and then I want you to please introduce yourself in the chat box. Tell us your name, your business, and where you're joining us from. My name is Erics-Sobukonla Oluwafunmilayo, Head of Business Support here at LSETF, and I would want you to please keep the chat box engaged by please introducing yourself. Tell me your name, tell me your business. You might just have your customer here on the session, so just tell us your name, your business, and where you're joining us from. The first person to start that might just be winning something today. And I think Margaret Ajayi, I have your name. I'm going to ask you to please reach out after this session. You were the first to put your name there. And she says, I am Lara Ajayi. But Lara Ajayi, you didn't put your business name and where you're joining us from. So we're going to cut out of your mark. But please put your name, your business, and where you're joining us from. Thank you very much, Adenike Briyoku. Thank you very much, Adiola Rotinwa. Adiola says she's into crafted bead accessories. If you would like to have crafted bead accessories, please go ahead and reach out to her network. And we have Balaji Omishore, we have Olufisayo Shadow. Olufisayo didn't tell us where you're joining from. And please, when you're putting your name, I would really appreciate you putting where you're joining from. That would help us to network. Your customer might just be on the session today. Busayo Phillips is into cleaning business and procurement services. Is joining from K2. Thank you very much, Busayo. If you need a cleaning business and procurement services, please private chat Busayo, and you might just be striking a deal with each other. Thank you all very much. I still need more people to please introduce themselves. While we are at that, please let me quickly reach out to a facilitator. Okay. Okay, I've missed a whole lot. We have Olayinka Shaibu from Ijebu. Oh, wow. Interesting. Good to know that we have somebody from Ijebu all the way. We have Bolaji Omishore from Alausa. Thank you for joining. And we have Olanride Titilayo from Lagos Ikorodu, a poultry and crop farmer. Thank you very much. And we have Mrs. Adiola Rotewa. Yeah, she's into Crownwell stores. She's joining from Ikorodu, and she's also a fashion designer, and she has a boutique. Wow, she has chain of businesses. Please look her up, and if you'd like to private chat her, please kindly go ahead and do that. Okay, thank you all very much. You can please continue to keep the chat box buzzing with your introductions and let's know where you're joining from. And while we're at that, I'm just quickly going to take us through um, what we do at LSCTF and the benefits that you can get at LSCTF. Okay, so a second while I share my screen. Apologies, I'm really trying to get our facilitators in and so that we can start properly. Thank you all very much for your understanding. Can I get a permission of just 2 minutes to bring in our facilitator? If you're with me on that, let me see you put yes in the chat box so that I can just quickly do that. Do I get 2 minutes to just bring in our facilitator? Thank you very much. Oh, yes. So I have yes, yes. Thank you very much. All right, then. Permit me to just switch off my video and quickly do that. Thank you. Okay, so thank you all very much for staying put. I really appreciate you all. Apparently, we all know we're in Nigeria, and our facilitator is having, a tough one with his network, but he'll be joining us shortly, hopefully in some few seconds or few minutes now. He should be joining us. So, for the benefit of those that are just joining us, I introduced myself earlier. I said my name is Erics-Sobukonla Oluwafunmilayo, Head of Business Support here at LSCTF. And today, we're going to continue on the topic that we had earlier, which is the opportunities available for female business owners, the financial management and opportunities available for female business owners that can help you scale your business. And I mentioned earlier that the last session was taken by our very own board member in person of Mrs. Kofo Durosimieti, and we also had it moderated by our ES, that's the Executive Secretary of Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Mrs. Feisha Yoalayonde. And it was a very insightful one for those that were on that session. I'm sure that you had a lot that you learned from. And so today we're going to continue where we stopped, and we're going to talk about those opportunities that you can harness and the financial management that you can impute for your business. And in so doing, I said we're going to be having our facilitator, Mr. Adebisi Nofiu. He was on the session, but he had a few each, and he's having a little bit of a network each, and he's working on it seriously so that he can join back and we can start properly. But while we are at that, I asked that we engage ourselves on the session. And I am so surprised that we have somebody from joining us from Germany. I mean, that's a very good one. Vincent Odudu said he has a business here in Nigeria, but then he's joining us right now from Germany. And that's a very good one. Thank you very much, Vincent Odudu, joining all the way from Germany. I really appreciate that. And we have so many other people on the call joining us today from so many places. We have people from Yaba, Tejosho. We also have someone joining us from Dubai. It's a really international participant that we're having today. And we're excited that you are all here today. Please, Ola Miji Usman, the CEO of CD Global, is joining us from Dubai. You can please connect with him.
Okay.
We have our facilitator here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's the network.
Every network issue, bind it in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Okay, so here we go. We can start. I can see that our participants are really quite versatile today, and they're excited to have you back. We have somebody joining us from Germany. We have somebody joining us from Dubai, and a whole lot of people joining us all over. So we're doing an international thing today. So you see why we're binding that
awesome.
network issue. No more network issue.
Yes,
but then, thank you all very much. Thank you to our participants that you were able to stay put and bear with us while our facilitator worked on his network issue. And so we're starting now. And I've introduced myself. I'm just going to briefly talk about what we do at LSCTF. And while I do that, I'm just going to quickly share my screen. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Awesome. Okay, so here at LSCTF, our purpose and our mandate is to create an enabling environment for job and wealth creation. And basically, LSETF was created and was established in 2016 under the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund law. And we were created to tackle unemployment and promote entrepreneurship in Lagos State by empowering you, Lagos residents, and far and wide with job and wealth creation opportunities. This we do by improving our access to finance, strengthening our institutional capacity for MSMEs, and formulating programs and policies that would improve the business environment in Lagos State. Our mission, as you all know, is to enable residents of Lagos realize your aspiration by providing a leverage for you to access finance and access opportunities that you can leverage on to realize your aspiration in terms of your business and also employment. We have 26 liaison offices, and we have 20 offices at all the 20 LGAs. We have 6 offices at 6 LCDAs in Lagos State. And we also have an independent, diverse board that is helping us with their best practice to manage our team. And having said that, through the programs that we have available for you at LSETF, we have programs that you can leverage on, and these programs can actually help you to scale your business or as well as expand your business and at the same time create job in Lagos State, because with the expansion of your business, you are bringing in more hands, and as such, we are able to achieve our mandate of job creation. We have our access to finance and infrastructure. We have our capacity building program and business support program, which is what we're doing right now. And we're engaging you, giving you knowledge that you can leverage on in order to scale your business. We have our Lagos Innovate program, which has different programs of ideation, idea incubation, tech talent acceleration, access to infrastructures. And we also have our TVET skills development through our employability support project. And we also have our labor market information system through our employability support program. And we also have Lagos Cares program, which is a nationwide program and sits with LSETF as Lagos Cares, just as we have other cares in other states. These programs brings intervention of grants for the Lagos residents. Having said all of this, I would say that you can please follow us on all social media platforms and also visit our website on www.lsetf.ng, and you can presently apply for our loan, which is open right now. Our loan portal is open. You can apply for our loan product on www.loans.lsetf.ng, but ensure to follow LSETF on all social media platforms. This is going to help you a great deal because you would be able to have first-hand information on all the available programs that you can benefit from LSETF. I haven't just brushed you through what we do at LSETF and introduced myself. I'm going to go right in to introduce our facilitator today. I am sure you're wondering that how come we have a male facilitator? It's supposed to be a female gathering. Yes, because we also need them to give us insights to what we can do as women to upskill and benefit ourselves. And so today we'll be having Mr. Adebisi Nofiu. He is a seasoned development and financial economist with wealth of experience in strategy development, financial planning, public policy, and SME development. You see why we actually need him to share his wealth of knowledge with us here today. He has a diverse professional background that includes roles in financial services, industry, management, consulting, media, and NGOs. He actually brings comprehensive skills to every project that he embarks on. He having earned both his bachelor and master's degree in economics at the esteemed University of Lagos, Nigeria. He has demonstrated a very strong academic foundation in economic theory and application. Additionally, he has pursued further professional development through specialized training program focusing on economic development, strategy development, financial planning, and innovation. Wow. Both domestically and internationally. Notably, he recently participated in a prestigious development workshop at Oxford University in the United Kingdom. And he has further enhanced his expertise in all his fields through this development workshop that he has recently participated in. In professional setting, he is recognized for his meticulous approach to problem solving, strategic thinking, with his keen understanding of economic principles and a knack for identifying growth opportunity. Mr. Nofiu has contributed to the success of numerous projects across various industries. Can you please give him like a round of applause and welcome him on the chat box? I want to see the chat box buzzing with enough welcome for our facilitator who has gone far and wide and is quite versatile. And so we'll be tapping into his knowledge today. He's going to be sharing that knowledge with us and engage us on how we can actually make use of all that he has also learned for ourselves and harness all that also on our business, on our personal growth, and also on every other growth that we are looking at growing and expanding on. You're very much welcome, Mr. Adebisi. You have the floor.
Thank you. I could not be able to use my video here.
Okay, so we can just listen to you, right?
No, okay. I don't know what happened. I think you will have to allow me to use my video.
Oh, awesome. Let me just quickly do that. Oh, you should be able to do that now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. What a wonderful introduction, and happy International Women's Month to every woman on this platform and outside this platform. Without further ado, I'm going to go straight to the presentation, and let me share my screen with you so that we can start the presentation immediately. Okay, so the topic for the presentation is financial management for women-owned businesses, practical case study. So over the years, the world has realized that, women has been at disadvantage when it comes to not only businesses, but also other areas of life. And even in Africa here, particularly in Nigeria, where majority of, people believe that women only belongs to the kitchen and, the other rooms. However, across the globe, they are now realizing that, look, to get that output, that, GDP growth that can address poverty, improve economic growth, that can address the problem of malnutrition, there is a need for empowerment of women, not in their businesses, but also in their career and all other areas of their life. So, and it is against this background that McKinsey in 2019 said advancing women-owned businesses could add 12 trillion to the global GDP by 2025. So what does this tell us? It shows that, look, there is an opportunity. We are now in a women's world, and there is a lot of opportunity for any woman that could be able to position themselves in order to tap this opportunity. Anybody that is very, very conversant, with what is happening in the Nigeria banking industry. Just yesterday, Zenith Bank introduced their new GMD, and guess the gender? It's another female. We have some other banks like GTB, Fidelity Banks. All these things are deliberate in order to advance, women-owned businesses. So the same thing applies in entrepreneurship as well, or let me say in businesses. There are opportunities out there from, the global UN, development goals that is looking to empower women that are doing businesses. And all these financial institutions as well, they are doing all what they can to create a product that will enhance and, women that are doing businesses, in their various sectors. So what we are trying to infer from this discussion is that, and for you as a woman in business, you can't tap into this opportunity if you don't have a proper financial management. You don't have accurate record keeping. And I know is the reason why Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, in conjunction with our team at ELP said, okay, let's do this, webinar in order to help women, to equip them so that they could be able to tap into those opportunities. So I'm going to go to the next slide now. So one of the key issues, or perhaps one of the key constraints that women feel, face in their businesses is that oftentimes majority of women always lack confidence when it comes to managing their finances. And this is as a result of, their emotional approach to issues. If you go to churches, you go to mosques, you'll find out there are a lot of women. And it is even this, their business money, that they are spending in all these, all these religion houses. So now we've realized, like in India, they've realized that women don't really even trust themselves when it comes to managing their finances. And that's the reason why they always find one way or the other to depend on their husband in order to assist them to manage their finance. Another reason, or perhaps another constraint to women in business, is the social, cultural, or let me say the societal norms and cultural belief that, women should be belong to the kitchen and, and the other room, like our former president said, sometimes ago. So now, what does this tell us? The societal norms believe that it is, especially in Africa here, it is the man that should run things. And even some men, they don't really believe that their woman should be doing better than they do when it comes to finance. And they always do everything. Anybody that has worked these latest Funke Akindele films, Funke Akindele film called The Tribe Called Judas, you will realize that the Michael not allowing his wife to use, to start business. Sorry, you can't see my slide. Hello? Can you see my slide?
We can see your slide. Yes.
You can see my slide. Okay.
Yes.
Someone just said you can't see my slide here.
No, we can see it.
Okay, so as a result of that, a lot of women, they don't have that belief to do businesses on their own. They always depend on their husband or maybe their father figure in the society to assist them in doing certain things when it comes to business. I could recall in the early 90s, when my mom wanted to get her first shop. So the landlady has to let her understand that, look, you have to bring your husband before we could be able to give you the shop. So I heard with some women that this thing is still happening when it comes to getting rent, getting, shop to do your business and some other things like that. Those are really the societal, norms that is affecting women. Another issue is that a lot of financial institutions in the past, they don't really create fund, a special fund for women in order to do their businesses. They always focus all their funds for men, and women always lack that partnership, relationship, and mentorship with people that can advise them and assist them in their businesses. And I could also recall just, on Sunday, I was in the function and I met one of my mentors. And we have to shout out, look, sir, I have to discuss some certain things with you. And he said, Nofiu, look, call me or shut me up when it is 9 p.m. in the evening. I'm wondering if, probably someone that is somebody's wife could be able to do that with another man's husband. So those are really the constraints that are affecting women when it comes to financial management. Another issue is that women lack adequate knowledge when it comes to, financial literacy. That's, another point. And we've done that. The last research we did at Empowerment for Local People Foundation, we realized that when it comes to managing, business finance, men are more effective than women. And that's the reason why among the men, it is about 24%, while the gap is about 3% when it comes to women, managing their finances compared to man, about 24%. Man could be able to manage their finance better than, women do. So now we are going to the core of, the webinar, which is financial management. So in this webinar, in order to capture all, our different people that are on this webinar, we try as much as possible to simplify all our definitions. So we define financial management as, about keeping a good track of the money in your business at every point in time. That is, it involves keeping good record of every important details related to your business activities in order to monitor your business finance per time and make good, business decisions. So what this tells you is that for you to do a proper financial management, you have to ensure that you are keeping track record of all your transactions, and you ensure that, you are making a good business decision about your finances, the products you invest in, the kind of services and goods you are rendering. That's basically what financial management is all about, trying to manage your money very well. So I'm not going to go straight into the core financial management because it's an advance. So I try to do some basic understanding, put some basic key books that I believe some women or perhaps some people that are into business have been doing over the years. But I just want to try to re-explain all these books so that it will be able to link us when we got to, advanced financial management. So I categorize them into, let me say, 5 books. Now, we have what we call sales books. It's very clear and straightforward like that. It records all your daily sales transaction with date, quantity, and price. So as a business, if you could be able to try as much as possible to always take record of all your sales every day, the quantity and the price, you are selling them. Also, we have what we call purchase book. The purchase book is also a very simple book, and even at Empowerment for Local Capital Foundation, we have all these documents, in a book format that you can get from us. Now, purchase book record all the purchase you made, including the amount you pay, the payment time, the date, and
You're back. Thank you very much.
I'm back. It's the network. I'm sorry for that. Let me share my slide again.
Let me give you the right lesson.
Okay.
Okay, you can please go ahead.
Okay, so I'm at, purchase book. Purchase book record all your, purchase you made to your store. That is everything that you buy, all the goods and services that you buy into your store. It takes a record. You try and keep the record of everything that comes into your store or into your firm. Now, I don't know, is this network? And I have to use network. I have to change my network this morning in order to. Sorry for the disruption again, please. I don't know what's wrong with this network. So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So your inventory books. So after every item that that you sell in your shop, your inventory book takes a record of what is left inside your store. And then we have bank statements. The bank statement just shows, your sales, your purchase, your expedition transaction, through bank transfer or check. So all these things are very, very important. Now, fixed asset registers. Of course, during the course of doing your business, there are certain assets we are in finance, or let me say in economics, we categorize assets into two. You have variable assets. Those are assets for day-to-day activity of your business, and you have fixed assets. Fixed assets are assets, that doesn't finish with that particular product. Take, for example, your building, if it is your home, or your generator, your laptop, those are your fixed assets. So always ensure that you have a list where you have, the list of all this, another book for the list of all these assets. Now, this simple basic book, if you could be able to be keeping this record, you can give any accountant all this your book, and they could be able to come up, with the proper, financial record for you, like your income statement, cash flow statement, and your balance sheet. Now, from these basic 5 books, if you had what you have on your sales books, if you subtract your sales books from your, purchase book, expenses books, and, your fixed asset register, in a nutshell, you will be able to get your profit. What I'm saying in excess is that your profit is equal to your sales minus all the costs you incur during the cost of your business. And that's the purpose of this. And with these basic books, if you are keeping these proper books, even if you cannot do your financial management by yourself, you can find an accountant that you can give all these books to and can help you come up with, the real document for financial management. Now, the next slide, I'm going to quickly discuss, about the benefits of financial management to women-owned businesses. So I divided it into 2. We have internal benefits and we have external benefits. Now, internal benefits are benefits that accrue to a business internally, that is within your firm, that affect your, internal operation of your business. Those are internal benefits. While external benefits are external benefits that accrue to your business from doing proper financial record. So, example, so we have internal benefits. Now, if you are keeping proper financial record, it will do a lot of things. There are a lot of decisions you can make, that will assist your business when you are keeping proper financial record. Now, number 1, it enables you to know which of your product or service drive the most of the revenue or profit. And I will give an example of this. Actually, I work with, one woman at Eko is all these large scale, cloth sellers. So they have about 5 products. So after we get their books, we advise them to start keeping proper record. And after we get their books, we realize that, just only 2 of their products are the major driver of their revenue. And it's driving about 92%, of their revenue, while the remaining other products only contribute just 8% to their revenue. So what does this tell the woman? It tells the woman that, look, you have to focus more on this particular product that is bringing, the huge revenue to your organization. Because what we realize again is that all other products are driving the revenue down because they stay long in their inventory, and aside that, they don't have that high profit margin like that. And this woman could not be able to know this if they don't keep a proper record. So through proper record, we could be able to advise them on how they could focus more and invest more on those high sales products. And this could be able to increase their revenue and, in turn, increase their profit. Also, when you keep proper financial record, it will highlight all your costs, all the costs you are incurring in the cost of your business. Actually, we work with an hotel business, on the mainland as well. So what we realize is that this hotel is overstaffed. So we now help them to restructure their staff in order to bring their costs down. And by doing this, because we could be able to identify this, because they are keeping proper record, and from their proper record, we see that majority of the cost that they are incurring and that is bringing down their profit is from the staff cost. So then what can we do to this? We help them to restructure their staff, and we could help them to restructure their organization, and we could help them to bring their cost down by about 12% and could increase their profit as well. Now, another thing financial management will do for you is that if you are the one that do budgeting very well, it makes you to be financially disciplined, especially for small businesses. Now, I have a sister that is into all this food stuff. So there was a time and he called me that, look, Nofiu, I can't find my capital again. All my money has finished, something like that. Okay, I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to assist you to help you raise another capital, but on the condition that you're going to be keeping some small books, like, the sales book, the expenses book, and also the purchase book. So through our expenses book, we realized that what is withdrawing from the business to do charity, perhaps to take care of the kids, to give, even at times when I go to a shop, I realize we just say, Nofiu, take this food stuff, take this food stuff home for yourself and some other things like that. So we could be able to realize that majority of those capital are being, removed as a result of her not being disciplined with her business. And henceforth, she could be able to discipline herself. And every time she wants to probably do anything, it will caution herself in order not to be draining much on her capital. So also prevent running, out of cash. We've worked with a school, and in a situation whereby the school is profitable because, they are making profit. But what we realize that, they don't have cash. They lack cash to pay their staff. And this results into a cash crunch. And when the times come to pay salary, they enter into problem. Why? Because a lot of the parents are owing them. So we could be able to help them set up, a cash flow projection that could be able to help them to manage their cash better, and they could be able to move out from this cash crunch and pay their staff as at when due. So external benefits. Of course, like I said in my introduction, there are numerous external benefits when it comes to empowerment of women in business. Like I said, that majority of the banks, they are now putting female as their CEO. Now, what the world wants to do now is that they want to produce another Dangote that is going to be a woman. That's where the world is going now. And if you don't place yourself very well, if you are not keeping the proper financial record, you can't be able to tap into this opportunity. And that's where, the relevance of this webinar comes into play. So one of the key, things that you gain for keeping financial records, for doing financial management, is that you have access to low interest rate fund. Anybody that is very, very conversant with Nigeria, finance, or let me say financial institution terrain, you realize that there are a lot of loan shark businesses that charge high interest rates, about 35%, 40%. There is no way a business will get that loan, and grow. It's not possible because the interest rate is too high. Of course, there are low interest rate funds like Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. But you can't access those funds if you are not keeping proper financial record. If you are not, if you don't have income statement, you don't have your cash flow statement, you don't have your balance sheet, they are not going to give you this fund. But when it comes to all these low shark businesses, they don't need all that. They know how to get your money back from you, maybe through,
Hello, everyone. Kindly bear with us again. I'm sure that you're all aware that there's a bit of network issue generally all over the country. We all know about the network glitch that happened. And so I can see that Mr. Nofiu is badly hit on that side.
My internet here, I don't even know. And I
Yeah,
changed it this morning purposely because of this webinar, but I don't know
we
what's wrong with this
understand.
network.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. So we are at external benefits. Let me share the slide again. External benefits to women that is doing proper financial record. So we talks about access to low interest rates. So another one is access to grants and venture capital funds like Tony Elumelu Foundation, Faith Foundation, MasterCard, and all these development institutions like World Bank. They always set certain funds for small businesses to grow. But you can't get all this money if you're not keeping a proper record. You have to show them track record that you are doing business in the proper way, that you are not just doing business for business sake. And you understand, key strategic issue that is affecting your business. And that's the access to grants and venture capital fund. Another benefit of keeping or of doing proper financial management is access to free advisory services. All these big consulting firms like McKinsey, KPMG, PwC, there is a way that they always have a program whereby they always have or offer free consultancy services to all small businesses for free without collecting a dime from them. Imagine you being given a free consultancy services from McKinsey. Imagine how it will assist your business. They will assist you in getting grants, in getting a very low interest fund, etc. like that. But you can't get all these funds if you don't keep proper financial record of your day-to-day business activities, and also access to partnership. I could recall when I was working, in credit bureau businesses, there are some organizations that comes to us that, look, we are looking for businesses, small businesses that are doing well in their various sectors that we want to invest in, and we want to make them our major distributors. So can you give them? And we do our background check. We try to, through our data, we could be able to get some data, present to these people. And what we realize is that if you've not been doing proper financial management, there is no way you will get access to this opportunity as well. So now, actually, we try to highlight different opportunities that that can be tapped into by small businesses and woman-specific opportunity as well. We have the Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, Development Bank, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, Business Advisory, etc. There are numerous of them, and when it comes to woman-specific products, there are many of them as well. Now, we are now in the proper financial management tools. So when you are doing the financial management, or let me say when you are doing the financial planning, the first thing you do in your financial planning is budgeting. Budgeting is very, very important when it comes to planning your business, because like they said, if you fail to plan, then you won't be able to achieve your goal or achieve your business objective. Now, business budgeting is a financial plan for a business. It involves estimating how much money the company will make and how much money it will spend over a certain period of time, like a month or a year. My advice, what I always advise small businesses is that always do, a monthly budget. Just leave the 6 month or a year budget for now. Just do a simple monthly budget of what you are expecting from your revenue and the cost, or let me say your expenses that you're going to incur for that month. And this is a typical example of small business budget that we work with. Now, for you to they have different products. Product A, this is just an hypothetical example. They have product A, product B, product C. So monthly budget, they budgeted 5 million naira. You can see how we do the budget. Now, for you to arrive at this monthly budget, you should have known your last month budget. And you can just say maybe, okay, our last month budget was 5 million naira. Now, for this month, we want to increase it, let's say by 5% or by 10%. You have to be reasonable as well. When you do that, then you will just do what is 10% of 4 million. You know, that's about 400,000 plus, 4 million. That's 4,400,000. That's your budget for the next month. Of course, there are different ways you can do your budget. That's just a very simple way of doing it. Now, they did their budget, and these are their monthly budget, and this is the actual they could be able to realize. Another thing, the advantage, or let me say the benefit of budget is that it enables you to plan, and it sets you to be able to think wide on how you can achieve that budget. Because you are now thinking that, look, I have 5 million, how could I make this money? Which other market can I target? Which customer can I sell to? So budget will enable you to, expand your business. And if you are presenting budget also, if you are presenting it to probably financial institution or venture capital, they know, okay, these are the reasons why you need money, and these are what you want to use the money for, and these are the revenue you are expecting from, the revenue. So budget, does a lot of things in assisting, small businesses to actualize their business goal. Now, you will also have an expenses budget where you budget all your monthly expenses. You can do it yearly, you can do it every 6 months, and you can as well do it monthly. So these are basic expenses that, an average firm will incur in the course of their businesses: rent, utilities, telephone, probably employees and contractors, the product, what you are spending on your digital marketing and other marketing, your inventory purchases. Now, I would like to mention
Oh, Mr. Nofiu, you're muted.
Well,
Sorry, everyone. I can see the chat box. Everyone saying that they can't hear him. I think he's also still having the he's having the network issue. We can please just bear with him, because trust me, I see a lot of insight in what Mr. Nofiu is sharing with us. And believe me, a lot of us actually make that mistake of not differentiating surplus in our business from when we just think we can just pull up so many things that we pull up from our business, and we're saying, oh, we can't understand what's going on in terms of our capital turnover, savings, and we think our business is not going well. And so if we just try as much as possible to bear with Mr. Nofiu today, and I'm sure we all understand that this is actually an issue that affects everybody, because recently the network has really been very poor everywhere. And so we can just please bear with us while we give him another chance to join us very soon. Thank you very much. He's back, actually. He's back. Awesome. I like the fact that you've been taking notes. Olayinka Abiola, yes, thank you very much. I'm sure when he gets back, he's going to speak to those things that we also missed, because at the point he was muted. Yes, thank you. All right, Mr. Nofiu, if you can hear us, your video is off.
Yes,
think
can you
maybe, yes, I've done that.
you have to allow me, okay.
Yes, I've done that. You're welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. My apology for this network. I don't know. It's just messing me up big time. So we are, budgeting. So I've explained the revenue and how you can do the budget of your revenue. Now we are cost, expenses. Now, I just want to mention something on this owner's drawing. Now, if you look at the owner drawing, this is a just typical example from someone we have worked with. So give to friend and family. So when we asked this woman to start doing budgeting every month, so we realized that he planned 50K to be doing all his charity for family and friends. So he's later spending roughly about 400K here. So when he started seeing all this data, this woman could be able to discipline herself and reduce her spending and reduce the amount of money is withdrawing from her business. And that's how budgeting make you to be financially disciplined. It doesn't give you the chance to be, just removing money anyhow from your businesses. And that's all about budgeting. So now we are in cash flow statements. As the name implies, they always say in accounting, cash is the king, because it is possible for a business to be profitable and run into a cash crisis. So financial institutions that want to give you money, they want to ensure that you know how to manage cash very well. And that's what your cash flow statements will tell them. Now, it shows the track of all cash coming into and going out of your business during a certain period of time. Now, if you run into a cash problem, probably you are selling and you don't have a positive cash flow, that tells you that you won't be able to settle your debtor, you won't be able to pay your worker salary, then it's going to result into a problem for you as a business. If you've run a business in the past, you know what it takes when it's month end and you could not be able to pay your staff very well. So cash flow statements tells you, or perhaps it shows how you are managing your cash very well, and is basically divided into three. It shows sources of your cash, that is the sales cash and some other cash you are making through your business, your operating uses of cash, what you are using the cash for, your day-to-day operation, that is daily activities, paying wages, salary, rent, etc. And the last one, non-operating use of cash. This is, the cash you are using to invest, to buy machineries, to buy some other things. When you don't have cash, or perhaps when you don't have a positive cash flow, it shows that you are not managing your cash very well. And like we said in school example that we gave above, it can lead to a problem that you won't be able to settle, your debtor as at when due, and it can result in a problem for your business. So the next one in your financial statement is income statement. Now, income statement is otherwise known as your profit and loss. It's like, a report card for a business. It shows how much money the business is making and how much money is also spending in order to determine your profit. In other words, what your income statement does is that it shows the kind of profit you are making. Now, there are certain things that you have to take note under your income statement. I will explain that here. Now, basically, I can say your income statement is also divided into, let me say, 3 or 4. Now, you have your sales. You can as well call it income. That is the sales from all your products and services. We can see an example here, rice beans. Now, you have cost of goods sold. That's the cost you incur doing, selling all these products. That's another item. You understand? So if you subtract your sales from your cost of goods sold, it's going to give you your gross profit. So another problem we always see in income statement of small businesses is that you will observe that your gross profit is very, very huge, while your net profit is very, very small. That tells you that there are certain things that is bringing down that your gross profit. So it will tell you that you have to go and work on some of your expenses that is, reducing your gross profit in order to have a, better, or let me say, a bigger net profit. Now, your profit, in a simple term, your profit is just your sales minus cost. That is your revenue or your income minus cost. Your cost would be divided into different, categories. We have the cost of goods sold in accounting. You have your expenses, that is the cost you incur during selling your goods and services, and you have expenses. That's all. And your income and some other item under your expenses. Basically, those are what make your cost in order to determine your profit. Now, balance sheet. This is a bit complex, but it shows the financial health of the business. So it shows all the assets the business has on the one hand, and all the liability on the other, on the other hand. Now, if anybody probably that has, done accounting in school, your balance sheet must balance, and that's the reason why they call it balance sheet. It must balance. Your assets must equal to your liability. This is a bit complex if you don't have that background, to do all these things. It's a bit complex. But if you could be able to keep those simple books that I mentioned above, and you can hand over those books, like, your sales book, your purchase book, your expenses book, your, fixed assets register, and what again? Those key 5 books, and you can hand over it to any accountant, then they could be able to help you bring out your cash flow statement, your income statement, and your balance sheet for financial purposes. Now, I'm going to we have some quick tips that will assist small businesses in their businesses. But before then, I will quickly go to my appendix to explain something on business finance, which is very, very important to small businesses. When you're talking about business finance, basically there are 2 ways you can finance businesses. It's either through debt or through equity. Now, equity is always from, the owner. Is always the owner's fund that you invest in that business. While debt is the money you borrow from your lender, and, you pay interest on those debts. Now, these debts can be divided into 2. You have working capital debt and fixed assets financing debt. Now, when it comes to working capital, is the debt you borrow in order to run your day-to-day activities. Now, what we've realized, in order to do probably you want to pay your salary, you want to buy, your goods and some other things like that. Why fixed asset financing is the debt you incur in order to buy your fixed asset. Now, the lesson there for SME, what we've realized from our experience in the field and working with some businesses is that some businesses, they are going to get a fixed asset debt from financial institution and go and use it for working capital, and then they run into problems. So this is a key thing that, financial institutions always look after, that you will, like BOI. I've done a consultancy with BOI in the past, and they, complain to us that majority of people, they are going to get money, that they want to use this money to purchase also materials. But what we realize is that they will go and incur it to run their day-to-day, to do their working capital. And it is on that principle that, BOI starts the policy that if you're going to get money for your fixed asset, we are not going to give you that money, but we are going to purchase that fixed asset for you. So as a business person, you have to have understanding why you need money for your business. And it's always advisable that you should try as much as possible to always start business with your own money, with your own, equity money, or with your grant. If you get grant, that's also your own money. Grant is like a gift. Do you get? So those are, issues when it comes to business finance. So I'll quickly go back to the quick tips. Now, we've put a lot of quick tips here that can assist small businesses, in their day-to-day businesses. Now, invest your own money. If you are starting a business, it is very, very advisable that you invest your money. You raise your equity from your friend and family. Now, there is always what they call fools, 3F. The fools are people that always want to take risk in your business. When you're just starting a business, no financial institution will want to invest in that kind of business. Now, if you could now be able to convince, anybody that is, probably want to lend you money and it's not your family and friend, people always refer to them as, fools. But of course, there is no fool anywhere. It's just, a joke that we always do in finance. Now, another thing that you have to take care of, be lean on your fixed assets. As a small business, when you are starting your business, you just don't incur cost on fixed assets. If there is a fixed asset you can borrow or fixed asset you can lease, it's better that you borrow them or you lease them rather than incurring your own money on fixed assets, because you are still growing. We've advised someone that want to do, a food juice business, that look, you can start inside one of your bedroom in your 3-bedroom flat. And as you continue making sales, then you can go and rent a shop, or you can rent a place that you use as your factory. And this woman could be able to grow her business within a very few, months, or let me say very few years. Another advice we always give small business is always ensure that, the money you get from financial institution, you use it for the reason you sought the money for. That is, you don't get money for fixed assets and go and incur it for working capital. It's going to land you into trouble and you won't be able to pay that money back. And, it's going to have a repercussion effect on your business. Another thing we always tell businesses is that always try as much as possible to always keep always prepare all this, your financial record, your bank statement, your income statement, your income statement, that is your profit and loss, your cash flow statement, and your balance sheet, in order to avoid all these loan shark businesses. We have a lot of companies that are giving people loans at a very high interest rate. We call them loan shark, because imagine giving a small business loan at 45%, 50%. There is no way, you will be able to grow such a business. You will definitely enter into trouble by getting those loans. But for you to get, a loan with a low interest rate, then you have to have all this record so that you can present it to those financial institutions. Fine, I understand that we are in a high interest rate environment, but despite that, there are some banks like BOI, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, that are still giving low interest rate fund to genuine small businesses that keep proper record, that have good track record, and that do business in the proper way and that know how to do business. Now, accumulate wealth. You just don't make profit and start spending it. When you make profit from your business, try as much as possible to always reinvest that profit into your business. That is the process of wealth accumulation, because there is what we call in economics how wealth is being created. Wealth can only be created by business. Wealth is created when business make profits. because it is the profit. It's from profit that wealth is created in any economy, because it is from profit you are going to pay tax. It is from profit you are going to do charity. So if you are not, using your profit very well, if you are not reinvesting your profit in your business, so there is no way you could be able to create an everlasting wealth for yourself and for your community. So another thing we advise is that financial management, what we've done is just to open your eyes to the benefits of trying to do proper financial recording and doing proper financial management. So you still need to get an expert advice so that they could be able to assist you in doing all these, financial management. And, and another thing is that financial management is an advanced field in the field of accounting. And that's the reason why you have people sitting as a CFO making financial management decisions for the organization. So it might be a bit tough for an individual that doesn't have background in financial management to do all these things. But with the aforementioned 4 books that I mentioned in my introduction, you could be able to hand over it to an expert, and they could be able to come up with a proper financial record for you. And at Empowerment for Local People Foundation, you can as well come to us, and we will offer a very good advice for you or your business. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation. And thank you for everyone, and thank you for listening. And apology for this, my network.
Wow. Very, very insightful. I really, really, really learned a lot, and I'm sure that the participants as well would agree with me that a lot of knowledge has just been passed down to us all. Thank you very much, Mr. Nofiu. This is a very powerful presentation that he just gave us. And I'm sure that for all the participants on this session, they must have penned down a lot that they would definitely be imputing in their business. I should believe that we spoke about you giving a one
Yes,
pager.
yes. Yes, I
So for
forgot that. Sorry.
everyone on this session, you're lucky to be part of this session today, because Mr. Nofiu has helped in preparing a one-pager document that would help you. And for you to know how insightful this has been, you can see that a lot of people are saying a very huge thank you to you.
Oh, wow.
Via
Thank you too.
the chat box. That is to tell you that this has been a very, very impactful session. And Mr. Nofiu has agreed that he's going to share a one-pager document with everyone on this session that you can use to put your book together and your financials together. He simplified it so that it can be very easy for you. I will be putting it in the chat box very soon. So please copy the link from the chat box and make use of the document. Thank you very much once again, Mr. Nofiu.
Thank
I
you.
am
You're
also
welcome.
putting in the chat box some of the words that you've actually given us that I think is very important, quite very direct and quite very important as well. I mean, you mentioned to us, I was just telling a colleague of mine when you mentioned it and I was penning down, and I said, oh, I wasn't aware. So we
Wow.
mean that we learn, and that is that our assets must definitely be equal to our liability. And it's something we hear every day, but we might just not be conscious of the weight of that word. And it was just when you mentioned it that it occurred to me that really, if the asset is not equal to the liability, how do we want to balance it? And it's very, very important, really. And I really had to pen that down as one of the
Thank you.
advice for today. And the fact that as business owners, we should never ever joke with getting expert advice, joining sessions such as this, going out to get mentors that can us, right? Someone that has done it before, ensuring that we follow the organizations such as ourselves here at LSETF, and we get insights on programs and activities and masterclasses, webinars, and advisory sessions that we can join and that we can benefit a lot from all the knowledge and insight that will be shared on such platforms. Thank you once again, Mr. Nofiu.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
And right now, we would be going. Please, I would advise that our questions should please go to the Q&A box. There's a Q&A box that you can just type in your questions, because it won't be easy for me to go. We might lose your question while it goes up. So if you put it in the chat box, we might just lose it. So please ensure to put your question directly in the chat box. And so, Mr. Nofiu, I'll be reading out
okay, no problem.
That we have already in the chat box, while we hope that others that have dropped theirs in the chat box here. I'll read it from the Q&A box. I hope others will put it in the Q&A box as well and not the chat box. Okay, so we have Titilayo Ola saying that, how do I keep proper financial record of day-to-day activities?
That's I've explained that. That's very simple and straightforward. So to do that, just maybe we can as well share this slide with the participants. Now, for you to do that, just have a book. We have it at Empowerment for Local People Foundation, a booklet that you can use to do that. Have a book. We call it sales book. It's just a very simple book. So serial number, item, description of the product, the price, the quantity, probably maybe you sell it on credit. We have description or explanation. Now, this sales book, if you can be keeping all these sales every day, everything that you sell every day, keep it inside the sales books. Now, purchase book, everything you buy into your business, put it in your purchase book as well. Now, we have expenses book. If you can be keeping, okay, I take transportation to the office today, or I take transportation to my shop today, you keep that in your expenses book. I eat so amount of food today, you keep it in your expenses book. They are very simple books. Your inventory books, the record of all what is left in your stock. At the same time, your bank statement. Ensure that you are doing your business through, bank transfer or check. That way, ensure that, we have all your bank statements. And your fixed asset register. Just have a register for all your fixed assets. If you can be keeping all these books, then we can come up with all these your financial statements for you. And you can give it to any accountant. They will be able to help you to do your cash flow statement, your income statement, and your balance sheet. These are very simple, straightforward ways that you can do it. Just get yourself a sales book, a purchase.
Okay, I think we just lost Mr. Nofiu there, and I'm sure he would join us back again. Don't forget that we have been experiencing a lot of network issue, and it has been a back and forth. I'm sure he will join again. Please kindly bear with us again. For Titilayo Ola, I would also say that you should also endeavor to join our financial discipline session as well. That would also help you a great deal, because we have our partner again, that's Bumper. They would also help you. You're welcome back, Mr. Nofiu. So I was adding to what you said to Titilayo by telling her to join our advisory session on financial advisory. And she can also learn a lot, and she can also please look out for Bumper as well. I'm sure that they would be very willing to put you through. So join us.
We are also doing that. We are also doing that at Empowerment for Local People Foundation.
Yeah, so yes. At EPL as well, you can also reach out to Mr. Nofiu. He is also going to help you, and you can definitely look at this together as well. So I think we have answered Titilayo. Thank you very much. And so before I go to the second question from Omolola, I would quickly launch our poll, and we would want to have your feedback, because your feedback goes a long way for us to know how to serve you better. So we're launching the poll right now. Please endeavor, it's just a 3-question poll. Kindly endeavor to give your feedback. This would help us to know how best to serve you. And so I'll take the second question, which is from Omolola Adekoya. And Omolola is saying, good morning, sir. In budgeting, can we put owner's salary or other workers' salary instead of owner's drawing?
Of course, you can do that. It's a two-way thing. If probably you grow that your business to a certain level that you can be giving yourself salary, you understand, it's fine. You put it, it's part of the salaries and wages. So your own salary too will be there. But if you not grow that business, there are some people, a lot of small businesses, they don't pay themselves salary. What they do is that they withdraw small money to do a lot of things. And that's the reason why we have owners drawing. In a situation whereby you are paying yourself salary, then you don't need owners drawing again. So it's part of it. You can do it. You account for it in your budget.
Okay. I hope Omolola is here, and then that answers your question. Thank you very much, Mr. Nofiu. Dada, I think I've been seeing your message in the chat box saying that you can't hear anything. I want to believe that that might be due to your network, because other people can actually hear us. You might want to end and then join back and see if it would be better. Yes, and Omolola Adekoya is saying a very big thank you to you, Mr. Nofiu, that answers the question. And I will take the next question. And please do not forget that the poll is launched right now. You can please join in answering the 3 questions that would help us to form better decision in bringing you topics that would help you and that you can leverage on to scale your businesses. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have Olushola Ayelemi. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that well. I'll say well done. Please, okay, this question is for LSCTF. The portal is not working. Okay, it's requested. If you can hear me, Mrs. Olushola or Mr. Olushola, you can please go to the nearest LGA to where you stay. I don't know where you stay, but the nearest LGA to where you stay, ask for the LSCTF office over there. We have liaison officers there that can assist you and help you with whatever it is that you're having as a challenge in accessing our portal to apply for our loan. Thank you very much. Thank you. So please go ahead to our office, and wherever you stay, just ask for the nearest local government, visit the local government and ask for the LSCTF office there. Our officers are on ground and they will definitely assist you. I hope that helps and answers you. Thank you. Okay, so I have Nofisat Abdurrahim. Okay, I have Nofisat Abdurrahim, and she's asking that please share the screen for the financial management tools again.
Okay.
Mr. Nofiu, I don't know if you would want to do that, please.
I think do that. No problem.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Mr. Nofiu is going to share it before we end this session. Look out for that. Okay. And again, we have Chioma Uwamba. Chioma is asking, can we get the template for the book? I think I just put that up in the chat box. I said Mr. Nofiu did a one-pager that can help us. We can please ensure that we copy it from the chat box, and that would help us a great deal. So before we started, he already said, oh, he's going to give us something that would help us all. And I'm sharing it again. Please endeavor to. Lovely, can you please put your question in the chat box, in the Q&A box, please? We can take questions from the chat box. Thank you. And then we have Uche Oroche says, are there any ongoing grants opportunity available? Okay, that's for LSCTF. Presently, our grant program is not on, but please follow us at all social media platforms so that you're having the first-hand information when our portals are up. Thank you very much. And Mr. Nofiu, please sorry about that. So we're having questions that are for you
No
and
problem, no problem, no
LSTF.
problem.
Thank you. And so we have Olayinka Abiola Shaibo asking, I learned that taking loans for business ruins the business. How then can one finance your business with the situation in the country now?
Okay, this is what I said. I said there are a lot of loan shark businesses in this terrain, especially in Nigerian environment. Now, I'm not going to run from the fact that, Nigeria is high interest rate environment. The last NPR meeting is, above maybe 18% or something like that. I couldn't remember, but I know it's very, very high. But despite that, there are certain financial institutions, even the commercial banks, they are now setting aside certain funds for people that are serious about their business, for people that are keeping proper financial record. And you can get loan from those financial institutions, even, from Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, from Bank of Industry. And your responsibility as, an entrepreneur, or let me say as a businesswoman, is to look for the cheapest source of funds. Not that you get loan directly from loan shark, because loan shark, they are giving 40%, 45%, 50%, and they don't need anything from you, but they know how they are going to get their money back. But all these corporate, or let me say good financial institutions that will give you a very low interest rate fund, they want you to show character, and you can show character through your books, through your income statement, through your cash flow statement, and through your balance sheet. Those are ways you can show, track record to get, a very low interest rate fund. But if you go to, that's the opportunity cost for not getting loan from high interest rate loan, just keeping the proper record, then you can tailor it to all these commercial banks that are doing it, the Bank of Industry, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, etc., and some other grant institutions. I think that's our answer our question.
Nofiu, I'm sure that answers Olayinka's question. Once again, please let us note that we have a live poll going on, and we have just 50% of the participants participating in that poll. Kindly click on your more, and you will see poll, and you'll be able to take part in the poll. It's important for you to take part in it so that we can have your feedback on how to serve you better. Thank you. We have Ibrahim Obalola back to taking our questions, Mr. Nofiu, and
Okay.
he's asking that, do you have a suggestion for software to use for budgeting and Excel to do the job?
Thank you. I supposed to have mentioned that. To do all these things, of course, there are software to do it. But one thing about software is this: if you don't have the basic understanding of all these things, there is no way you will be able to use that software. Let me give you a good example. I have a friend that is an engineer and is always using their AutoCAD software. I'm not an engineer. And I was saying, I can also do this. It should be software, and you just put something. But one thing about it is this: if you don't have the basic knowledge, there is no way you will use the software. So, of course, the Excel is there for everybody. You have QuickBook, you have Fish. There are a lot of software out there. Just go to Google and put it, accounting software that you can use. There are many of them. There are free, and there are one that you are going to subscribe to. So, but you have to just have the basic understanding of all these things in order for you to use the software, so that you'll be able to post properly on the software.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that insight, Mr. Nofiu. Ibrahim Abalola, I want to believe that has answered your question. Thank you. And we have an anonymous attendee that is asking, okay, sorry, I think this question is for LSCTF, and it says, if you are on a loan with LSCTF to be settled in 3 months, can you begin another process now that the portal is open? So anonymous, for now, if you still have about 3 months to complete our loan, what you can do is to pay up the 3 months earlier, and then you can get a letter of non-indebtedness and go ahead and apply for another loan. Or better still, you hold on to when you finish paying the 3 months and get your letter of non-indebtedness, and then you can go ahead and apply for another loan. I hope that answers your question, our anonymous attendee. Thank you very much. And so we have another question from Kemi Lewis. And Kemi Lewis is asking, say, hello, isn't it easier to use something like Google Sheets so you do not lose the book or have it get torn or destroyed? What is your take? Mr.
No, it's very, very good. It's part of the software. Is an Google Sheet, is an Excel sheet. And you can as well use it. So it's very, very okay. You have it in the cloud and nothing will do it. It's very, very good. But the reason why we said okay is because of people that are not that conversant with technology or using computer. That's the reason why we created those booklets so that you can use to take those records. Then you can present it to any accountant to assist you and able to generate your cash flow, your income statement, and your balance sheet for you.
Awesome.
That's the objective. You can as well do that. And we can also do a digital, digital of those key books that you can have access to it through your phone. I think we will work on that as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Nofiu. Kemi Lewis is saying thank you as well in the chat box because that really did answer our question. So we move to Nofisat Abdurrahim. And the question is, please, sir, you mentioned that we should reinvest our profits into our business. How can we be able to achieve that with our current economy, especially for service-based business? Oh, we just lost him. Okay, you're back. I thought we lost you. Okay, so she's saying that you mentioned that we should reinvest our profit, and with the economy, how can they achieve that, especially for a service-based business? So do you want to answer that, Mr. Nofiu? Oh, you're muted, Mr. Nofiu. You're muted.
So like I said, only business that can create wealth in any economy. So if you as a business, you are making money, you understand, and you are not reinvesting your profit, then you are not creating wealth. So it is when you make profit is wealth of any nation, because it's from profit that government is going to get taxes to do road, build schools and everything. That's where foundations are going to get money to do their NGOs projects, etc. like that. So when you as a business on your own and you are making that profit, you are just spending it. Of course, when you are spending it, you are also growing the economy. But it's better for you when you reinvest that money so that you can also create more wealth for yourself. If your capital was probably 10,000, naira in the past, and you make profit of 2,000 naira, you spend 500 naira out of it, and you reinvest 1,500, your capital accumulation has increased. That means you have more wealth to do more business, and you will have more profit in the future. So that's just the idea about, trying to reinvest your profit.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sure that does answer that question. Another question from Odun Ayo Atobatele says, in a situation where sales is not every day, and how can I still maintain or get accurate financial book or statement? Because sometimes for example, my business is catering and baking, but so far, even this year, I haven't gotten up to 10 orders. How do I balance my book? Okay.
Actually, that's not a problem. So, of course, it's based on what you've done. But there are consultancy services that we can offer to you that will ensure that you are getting, businesses. There are strategies. We can help you to come up with a strategy, or now you will be getting more businesses. We can do that at Empowerment for Local People Foundation. We've done it for small firms in the past. We've done it for big company as well. So we can do that for you. But regarding maybe you are not making sales often, that's not a problem. With that, we'll still use what we have to help you do your financial statements.
One of the things I would want to say that you should do, Mr. Nofiu, is put your email or your contact number, or maybe that of Empowerment for local people in the chat box so that people that actually want you to help them with either their sales book or their financials can reach out to you after the session.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, awesome. So Odunayo Atobatele, look out for Mr. Nofiu's contact so that you can pick up this conversation, and that way that helps you better. Our studio is asking that on budget, how do you know how much income you are expecting?
Now, I explained that to do your income, to budget for your income, you've started the business before. If it's a new business, there is a way we always do that demand forecasting. There is a way we will calculate it. It's part of the work of a consultant to come up with the total market size for that business and then make some assumption that, look, you can acquire, let's say 1%, 2% of the whole market size. That's a bit advanced. But if it is an existing business, if probably this month you make, let's say, 2 million naira, you can say, okay, I want to increase my sales by 10%, by 5%, by 3%, just be reasonable enough. Then you can do the calculation. 10% of 10 million, that's 1 million naira. That means for the next month, your budget is going to be 11 million. I don't know, maybe you get that logic. That's a simple way of doing it. Of course, there are different ways of doing budgeting, but that's a very simple and, easiest way I can advise anybody that doesn't have that financial, knowledge to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Nofiu. I'm sure that answers your question. And I have Vincent asking me if there's any loan program, how you can join LSTF loan program. Yes, you can access our loan through www.loans.lsetf.ng. So I'm going to put that in the chat box, www.loans.lsetf.ng. You can visit that website and at the same time visit our website on www.lsetf.ng. For the benefit of those that are just joining us, you can please be rest assured that we are definitely going to send you the YouTube live video, and you can please rewatch and gain as much knowledge that you have missed. So please, if you're just joining, we will definitely send you the link to rewatch, and then you can gain back all the knowledge that you missed. We have Ibitola Obasusi saying, can we have access to grant that will help improve our business? Yes, there are so many grant applications. If you follow MSME Africa, I'm sure MSME Africa all the time drops so many links on how you can benefit. You can just please visit their websites. You will definitely get a lot of insight. And I can see that one of our person from ELP also dropped one here. Oluwayomi says we can also have Brave Women Nigeria, Women Entrepreneurship for Africa. They also give grants regularly for women-owned businesses. So please visit MSME Africa website and also see if you can type Brave Women Nigeria and see what you can also get from there. I hope this answers you, Ibitola Obasusi. Thank you. We also have Okwemipo Dada asking that, please, can we get access to the meeting afterwards? Okay, I just answered you that we will definitely send out the recording so that you can have access to what you missed from this live session. Yes, thank you very much. And then Olushola Ayelemi says, for how long will the portal be opened? Oh, I can't answer that, please. But for now, trust me, it is open and you can access it. If you're having any issues, please visit the nearest local government, ask for the LSTF office. Our officers on ground there would definitely assist you to help you with whatever it is that you are having as issue. Thank you. We have, okay, I think we've taken this question. Yes. So Uzu David, and I'm so sorry, please, if I did not mention your name well. I guess I'm unable to pronounce Uzokwe. Yes, thank you, Uzokwe David. Uzokwe David is saying, please, how can I get those books for proper stocking and taking inventory? That's for you, Mr. Nofiu.
Okay, our number, you can, get, my number is on the chat box now. You can contact us from the chat
Please
box.
contact Mr. Nofiu. He can assist you with your sales book and proper stocking and inventory. Thank you. And then if you still need more insight, join us on our financial advisory sessions, and you can always get a lot of insight on what to do as well. Thank you. And then the last question for the day is from Omolola Adekoya. And Omolola says, I am an entrepreneur and into agribusiness. I don't have a running business account due to some banking issue, but I have personal account that is active. How can I access LSCTF loan? Yes, you can access LSCTF loan, just that you might not be able to access our SME loan, but you can definitely access our ME loan, which is from the tune of 50,000 to 500,000. So you can please visit our portal on www.loans.lsetf.ng, or you visit www.lsetf.ng. I already put it in the chat box, and you can please just visit, and then you have more insight on how you can benefit from our loan program and the documentations that you need. And that was the last question for the day. And then we are definitely ending our poll. Thank you very much for the 84% participants that took part in our poll. This would help us to have more insight on how best we can serve you. And then I'm ending the poll. Thank you to everyone that took part. And a very big thank you to Empowerment for Local People. I am 100% sure that you all can benefit from all the programs that are available at Empowerment for Local People. They have the small businesses at heart, and they also look out for you, small business owners, to help you in formalizing and putting structures in place for your businesses. Please follow them. This would really help your business. And just like Mr. Nofiu said, always ensure that you look out for information that would help your business. Follow LSCTF, follow BOI, follow Empowerment for Local People, join advisory sessions, join master classes. Ensure that all that you learn, not just join, are also imputed in leverage on to scale your businesses, because what we're here for is to help the business ecosystem scale, and that is why we are here all the time. And my last one for you participants is that I would admonish that you join our next session, which would be Odin. You should please join our next HR clinic session. HR clinic session would help you put light and shed light into questions and gray areas that you have in getting the right set of people to support your business growth. And so we'll be having customer relationship management, the CRM, for MSMEs. And this is happening next week, Tuesday. That is the 26th of March, 2024. And trust me, we're bringing in an expert from CrossTie, and that is in person of Mr. Debayo. He would be shedding a lot of light to how you can harness customer relationship management for your business. And then you would be able to take back a lot from that session as well. Please endeavor to join us for that session, which will be happening next week, Tuesday. Usually, I would not have taken this question, but because it's just like a last question for you, Mr. Nofiu, and it's in the chat box, and it's from Peculiar. It says, I work with those women who are basically online. They don't have shops, but they are making money online. They are called drop shippers. How can they develop?
They don't have money, but they are making.
No, they don't have shops. They don't have shops, but they are
They
making
even make more money than people that
they
have
make
shops.
money than people that are actually I can tell you that
Because
for free
business
as
is
well.
going digital.
Yeah,
Business is going digital everywhere.
exactly.
Of course, they are doing fine. That's not a big deal. We can as well do, they can as well have some, strategy section with us, and we can help them to restructure their business better, and they can get more clients. We have an expert at Empower Local that can assist them with their digital marketing and some other stuff that relates with their businesses online. So that's not.
So the fact that they are even online gives them more leverage. I mean, they can
Yes.
easily join your sessions, and they can also join our sessions at LSETF and harness all of the informations that are available for them and use it to upscale their business and develop. Trust me, these are the people making the cool money. And I
Yes,
just
it is.
dropped in the chat box for the benefit of participants the registration link for our next session on the HR clinic, HR advisory clinic session, which is holding on Tuesday. Please endeavor to register and join the session. And for the person that asked this question with peculiar, please endeavor to pass these messages on to these women, and they can join and also reach out to Mr. Nofiu, as well as follow LSTF on all social media platforms to enjoy all the free sessions that we hold, advisory session, master classes, and all of the sessions that we usually hold. So thank you very much. I believe that was our last question. While Uche is asking you to please resend your number, um, that should be our last question. It should be our last question. Yes. So I think okay, so for Margaret Ajayi, I just put it in the chat box. Please endeavor to register for the next session. You can please register. The registration link is there. And don't forget as well that I actually put in the chat box as well the link for the document to help your business. And please endeavor to also make use of that, harness that opportunity for your business as well. I'm going to put it again for you to please download it and make use of it. And that brings us to the end of today's session. It has been very, very insightful. I really, really had a lot of engagement, knowledge sharing, and insights on this very topic. And you really did break it down for us, Mr. Nofiu. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. For my participants, can you please put it in the chat box? Let us appreciate Mr. Nofiu. He did a very good one for us today, and I am sure that you all are going to definitely work with all that you have learned today and make sure that you use it to upscale your business. Thank you all very much. Thank you, Mr. Nofiu. Thank
Yeah,
you to our
thank you too. Thank you
participants
for
for
having me.
joining, for craving for knowledge, and for always coming up on these sessions all the time. And I just hope that you're not just joining, but you're also using and harnessing all that you learn to upscale your business. Sometimes it is not just about getting financial support, but also getting this kind of support. I mean, educational support, knowledge sharing support, mentorship support that you can harness to upscale your business. And at this point, we draw the curtain. Any last word from you, Mr. Nofiu?
Well, I don't have much to say again, but as women-owned businesses, let's try as much as possible to equip ourselves with all this knowledge so that we can tap into those opportunities when it comes. We are now in a women world, so we are expecting to grow the likes of woman Dangote, woman Otedola, etc.
Yeah, that's
I wish us
exactly
all
the
the
point.
best. Yes, yeah, that's where
Thank
we're
you very
going.
much. And
You're
I can
welcome.
tell you for free that the rate at which we women are going will
Mhm.
definitely take it over in terms of the business ecosystem because we're
Mhm.
doing great. But then, my fellow women, let's not just do great by the mouth, let us do it great by the books. And I see us all at the top very soon. And so, from me, thank you very much. Have a very wonderful day. Please, at the end of this session, there's going to be a survey, and the survey would help us as well, together with the poll, to understand you better and understand your needs and what more to bring to you, and how best to serve you, like I would always say. LSCTF is your number one partner in terms of progress for your business and in terms of achieving all that you aim to achieve with your business, and the business ecosystem is our number one priority. And so on this note, I would say, please endeavor to follow us all the time. Follow us on all social media. Follow us everywhere. Visit our website. Ensure you have um, up-to-date information on how you can harness all the free opportunities that we bring for you. And a very big thank you to Empowerment for Local People for working with us on this and so many other partnerships that we're still going to roll out, all in the name of your passion and love for the MSME space as well and the ecosystem to bring a lot of businesses up to speed. And I believe we'll be able to do a lot. Thank you all very much. So on this note, bye everyone. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.